So now we are going to do a full-fledged problem. So how we are going to record these transactions into the journal book. So exercise problem number 10. Pass journal entries in the books of Hari, who is a dealer in sports items. So 2017, 1st of January. Commence business with cash. Second, purchase goods from Subhash on credit. So the first one, commence business with cash, is 50,000. Second transaction, purchase goods from Subhash on credit, 20,000. Fourth, sold goods to Ramu on credit, 15,000. Eighth, Ramu paid the amount through check. 10th, check received from Ramu is deposited with bank. Here, you have to be very careful. Sold goods to Ramu on credit is a credit sale. Right? And on 8th, we are receiving a check from Ramu. Ramu is paying the amount through check. Here, you are not going to put bank. So in the previous video, I told you whenever you find the word check, it has to be replaced with bank. But in this case, when a credit sale is made, when our customer is paying the amount through check, we have to assume as if we are receiving cash. So there is a difference. We are making the credit sale on 4th, and after 4 days on 8th, we are receiving the check from Ramu. And we are not depositing the check on the same date. We are depositing the check on 10th. So 10th, check received from Ramu is deposited with bank. Here, if the check has been deposited on the very same date, then you can use bank. But here, the sale is done on a different date, check is received on another date, and check is deposited with the bank on a different date. So all these three happens on 3 different days. Right? So you have to be very, very careful with these type of transactions. So when we see the solution, you can understand it better. 15th, sports items purchased from Gopal on credit, 10,000. Paid rent for the proprietor's residence. Here you have to be very careful. Paid rent for the proprietor's residence. So you are taking money from the business in order to pay the rent for the proprietor's residence. So whenever any amount is being taken out from the business for the proprietor's personal use, it will be treated as drawings. So must be very careful. Then 20th, paid Gopal in full settlement after deducting 5% discount. So we have purchased goods from Gopal, 10,000, right, on 15th. But we are settling that on 20th after deducting 5% discount, which means we are receiving a discount. Actually, we need to pay 10,000. 5% on the 10,000 is going to be 500. Deduct that 500. Remaining 9,500 we are going to settle to Gopal. Then 25th, paid Subhash 4,750 and discount received. So, I would like to tell you about the compound entry once again. When transactions of similar nature occur on the same date, you can club the transactions into a single entry. So paid Subhash, we are paying Subhash. Subhash is the receiver. Amount, cash is going out of the business. Cash will be credited. Similarly, discount received is an income. As per the nominal rule, this discount received must also be credited. The Subhash account debtor to cash to discount received. Similarly, 28th we are paying cash towards wages, electricity charges and trade expenses. Again, you can write a compound entry for it. Wages account debtor, electricity charges account debtor, trade expenses account debtor to cash. Now, let us move on to the solution. So, first you have to write the title, Journal of Mr. Hari, a sports item dealer. So this is the format: date, particulars, ledger folio number. This column will be blank. Then debit amount, credit amount. First transaction on 1st of January, commence business with cash 50,000. Cash account debtor to Hari's capital account. You should follow those steps. So cash being a real account item, cash is coming into the business, we are debiting cash. Hari's capital, capital comes under personal. The owner is investing his money. So Hari is giving money, he is investing money into the business. Credit the giver. So cash account debtor to Hari's capital is the first entry. Second one, purchase goods on credit from Subhash. So purchase account debtor to Subhash. Purchase, we can consider it as real account. Subhash personal. Apply the rule. This is going to be the entry. So you have to complete each entry with a narration. Then fourth, sold goods to Ramu on credit. So Ramu is the receiver, goods are going out. So Ramu debit the receiver, Ramu account debtor to sales account. Sold goods to Ramu on credit 15,000. Then on 8th, check receipt from Ramu. So you have to assume as if we are receiving cash from Ramu. Right? Suppose if check has been received on 8th and the very same date, if it is deposited with the bank, then it is going to be bank to Ramu. But now Ramu is paying the check and it is not deposited on 8th whereas it is deposited on 10th. So two different entries. So when we just receive check, we have to treat as if you are receiving cash from your customer. Cash account debtor to Ramu account. Then 10th one, Ramu's check deposited with bank. Here we have to treat as if we are depositing cash into bank. So bank is the receiver, cash is going out. So bank account debtor to cash account. Then 15th, purchase goods on credit from Gopal. Purchase account debtor, goods are coming in. Debit what? Comes in. Gopal, personal account. So he is the seller, supplier. Okay, he is the giver of the goods. Purchase account debtor to Gopal account. 18th Jan, paid rent for proprietor's residence. Cash is being taken out of the business in order to pay rent for the proprietor's residence. So you will treat this as drawings. Drawings account debtor to cash. Cash is going out when you make a payment. Then 20th of Jan, Paid Gopal in full settlement after deducting 5% discount. So initially we purchased goods from Gopal, right? We have to make the payment to him. So payment is made on 20th of Jan. Right? Paid Gopal in full settlement. Actually we need to pay 10,000, but we are going to deduct 5% on that 10,000, remaining will be paid. So cash 9,500 alone is going out. Actually we need to pay 10,000 to Gopal, but we are paying only 9,500. Discount received. This 500 is a discount we are receiving from Gopal. It is a gain for us, right? So as per the nominal rule, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. This 500 is a gain for us. So we are crediting discount. So I have clubbed this entry. You can write like this separately. Gopal account debtor 10,000 to cash. If you club, you can write 10,000 actual amount to be paid. But we are paying, cash is going out only to the extent of 9,500. And we are receiving a discount. When we receive discount, it is a gain. When we allow discount to our customers, then it is going to be a loss. Discount allowed will be debited, discount received will be credited. So you can even write two separate entries. Gopal account debtor 9,500 to cash 9,500. Then Gopal account debtor 500 to discount received 500. You can write it separately, no problem. It will be easy if you write one single entry. Instead of writing two separate entries, you can combine. This is called as a compound entry. When more than one account is being credited or more than one account being debited, it is called as a compound entry. Then Jan 25th, paid Subhash at a discount of 250. Similar only, Subhash is our supplier. Right, we have already purchased from Subhash for 20,000. We are not going to pay the entire amount now. We are paying it in parts. 4,750 has been paid. Subhash is a receiver. When you make payment, he is the one who is receiving it. So we are paying to the extent of 4,750 and discount received is 250. Right? Add these two things, that will be shown on the debit column. Then 28th, wages, electricity charges and trade expenses. All these three are expenses. Wages, electricity charges and trade expenses are expenses. These expenses comes under nominal account. So what is the rule for nominal account? Debit all expenses and losses. So all these three expenses will be shown on the debit column. What is going out when you make a payment? Cash is going out, right? So cash comes under real account. As per the rule, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is going out when we make a payment. So cash has to be credited. Wages account debtor 500, electricity charges account debtor 3,000, trade expenses account debtor 1,000, to cash 4,500. Able to understand this? This is how we need to do journal entries.